This is a Christmas edition of the Coach's Wife Life podcast. My daughter Kourtney Eargle will go one-on-one with her fellow coaches' kids to share their favorite Christmas traditions.
This podcast is brought to you by Ruler of Hope. Ruler of Hope is a nonprofit that supports medically fragile children. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation, you can use Venmo at Ruler-Hope or online at rulerofhope.org.
Hey there, I'm Kristen Eargle, and we have an exciting podcast ahead. But first I want to talk about something we all know way too much about: moving. Just the thought of that can bring an unsettling emotion. Well, I found a team that can take that load off your plate. It's D1 Relocation. This group can do it all. They can organize your move, coordinate with a moving company, and a trusted real estate agent. They can actually vet key household partners such as schools, insurance agents, physicians in the area. They can even help set up your Wi-Fi and water. It's incredible. So I've come to know this team, which is actually founded by a coach's wife. I think you should check it out, whether you're looking to move now or in the future. It's d1relocation.com. Now on to our awesome podcast.
I'm so excited to have Maci Montgomery on the podcast. You're the daughter of Coach Philip and Miss Ashli Montgomery. Your dad is the offensive coordinator for the Auburn Tigers. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Have you ever spent Christmas at a bowl game?
I have. I actually was trying to think. I believe my number is up to 3 bowl games that I've spent for Christmas.
Well, which one was your favorite and what was your favorite memory?
Let's see. The first one that I remember was in California. We were in San Diego, which everyone says sunny San Diego, and it was, I think, in the 40s and raining the entire time we were there. So that was fun-ish. And then when I was in high school, we were in Shreveport, Louisiana. And that was probably my favorite one because Christmas is a few months before all the Mardi Gras festivals in Louisiana. And so we got to go to a warehouse where people were making their floats and their costumes, and we got to learn about the history and walk around some of them. And it was really cool.
That's really cool. Do you do any special baking for Christmas?
I do. I love to bake. I'm actually hoping to own a business where one part of it is baking once I'm done with my master's. But let's see. For Christmas, we make Mexican food at my house. My boys can only have the traditional Christmas, like Thanksgiving food, about once a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I love making sopapilla cheesecake, which a lot of people, if they know my family, they know it. But it is basically 2 layers of crescent roll dough, and you put cream cheese in between it, and you mix it with sugar so it's sweeter, obviously, because it's Christmas, you have to have something sweet.
Yes.
And then we put butter and cinnamon and sugar over it, and you bake it like that.
Wow, that sounds really good. What's your favorite Christmas memory?
That's a hard one. I always love spending Christmas with my family. We watch a lot of movies. My dad and his mom started a tradition of watching White Christmas every year, and she unfortunately passed almost 2-3 years ago now. And so we still watch that every year, so that's fun. And then my family is really, really big on card games.
Ooh, what's your favorite card game?
We play a game called Canasta, which if you ever look up the rules, just know every family you play with it has house rules. And so it's always different. You're basically gonna have to relearn it every time you play it with a new family. But we have kind of a Canasta tournament. Everyone plays at least once, and then we definitely, whoever has the best record at the end of the weekend, we definitely hold it over everyone else until the rest of the family meets again. So, we're not competitive at all.
No. What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
I love cooking with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
That is always going to be a big one for me. I have been cooking with her probably since my family could trust me not to eat whatever I was mixing in the bowl, which as a little kid is really hard. So they had a lot of faith in me from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And then trying to think. I think I love when we are all hanging out together on Christmas Day. We usually make a pretty big breakfast. If we don't have a game. If we have a game, then obviously we're getting ready for the game to start. But we always make a really big breakfast, and it's fun. We usually have music playing. Mom and Dad are dancing in the kitchen. Ken and I are pestering each other until they tell us to stop, which usually doesn't work.
What's the best gift you've given?
Oh, that's a hard one. So the best gift I've ever been given has not been a physical gift. I have always had a lot of big dreams, whether it was I was a cheerleader for 16, 17 years or me loving to cook. So I think probably the best gift I've ever been given, whether it's Christmas or birthday, is my family trusting me, but also giving me the space to explore all the random interests that I have.
Wow. What's the best gift you've given?
I made my mom and dad. So my mom and dad's anniversary is 4 days before Christmas. They got married on the 21st, which is also my dad's birthday. So he can never forget their anniversary. But I gave them a sign that goes really well with the rest of their wedding memorabilia. And I painted it, and I did the whole thing that was really popular a few years ago where you put nails in and then you use yarn to make the design. And so that was probably the most sentimental gift that I've given.
What are some things that you're most grateful for this year?
I'm always grateful for my family. Again, they support me. They have been there for me through all the ups and downs that we've gone through in our life. We're very close. I'm also really grateful for my friends. I thankfully have a really good group of friends. I wouldn't necessarily say the group is large, but I'm someone who likes quality over quantity in friends. And so my friends have been there for me for a lot of things. And I'm so grateful that they've stuck with me over the years.
Yes. Well, Merry Christmas and thank you for joining us.
This podcast is brought to you by Ruler of Hope. Ruler of Hope is a nonprofit that supports medically fragile children. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation, you can use Venmo at Ruler-Hope or online at rulerofhope.org.
For a replay of this episode or previous episodes, visit coacheswifelife.org and follow us on social media at Coaches Wife Life.